North Yorkshire Police Constable PC Graeme Gale is potentially facing the sack after being found guilty of assaulting a 14-year-old lad. Gale pleaded guilty to the offence at Teesside Magistrates Court in around November 2021. Gale was said to have pulled the victim off a wall and then knocked him to the ground using several leg sweeps on July the 14th in 2021, with the force saying that the unnamed boy had suffered visible injuries. When Gale pleaded guilty, he was sentenced to a 12-month community order and ordered to pay a victim's surcharge and costs during the hearing at the same court on December the 17th. Now, Gale faces a misconduct hearing starting on the 11th of February. If the panel conclude his actions amounted to gross misconduct, then he could be dismissed without notice. Now, I've got to say, I find this very concerning, especially as through my research I found an article showing a PC Graeme Gale with the identical spelling of the name within North Yorkshire Police Force. The articles I've seen about Gale's offences are published without an image, so the general public don't really know what he looks like. But I would suggest that this is the same man in question. And what's even more disturbing about this guy is that in 2017 he was shown as the face of North Yorkshire's police when backing the White Ribbon campaign to tackle violence against women and girls. White Ribbon campaign supporters are urged to wear a white ribbon and pledge never to commit, excuse or remain silent about male violence. Although that's towards women, we should never expect violence from anyone in a uniform towards any gender. A second North Yorkshire Police Constable, PC Christopher Bolton, was also found guilty of his own separate offences at a misconduct hearing on the 20th of July 2022. Bolton's charges were that he abused his position and took advantage of vulnerable women. An independent Office for Police Conduct investigation found that Bolton returned to the home of a woman who was a victim of crime on 2 separate occasions and had sexual contact before they started chatting on WhatsApp. He is said to have viewed an inappropriate image of the woman, touched her tits, exchanged with her his own inappropriate images, and engaged in conversation discussing the possibility of a long-term relationship with her. Along with this, Bolton also submitted a risk assessment form which lied about the woman's risk, suggesting she was at a degree of high risk, which I'm assuming would have led him to use that excuse to visit her more regularly. His actions were found by the panel to have amounted to gross misconduct. However, he had already resigned from the police before he could be sacked. Miranda Biddle, Regional Director of the IOPC, said police officers are held to a high standard when it comes to their interactions with members of the public and they are expected to conduct themselves professionally. Police Constable Bolton abused his position and took advantage of a member of the public he knew was in a vulnerable position. In doing so, he breached the police standards of professional behaviour, betrayed their trust and risked seriously undermining police confidence. The verdict sends a clear message that this behaviour has no part in policing and he will now be barred from working for the police in future. Now, bearing in mind the police barring list, in most cases they're put on there after 15 years they can request to have their name taken off so they can go back into policing. Personally, I think that anybody that does something like that should be on there for life, a bit like the sex offenders register. If you get caught once, you're on it for life. Simple as that. I will keep an eye out on PC Graeme Gale's misconduct hearing and obviously update you when I get more information. Huge thank you to channel supporters, especially these guys. Your support is truly appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will, and until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police and other officials.